If a burglar broke into your house right now, a golden retriever probably wouldn't bite him. In fact, he'd more likely wag his tail, offer him your favorite slipper, and show him exactly where the safe is. Let's be honest, they are notoriously terrible guard dogs. And yet, paradoxically, that complete lack of aggression is exactly why they make us feel safer than any weapon ever could. You didn't imagine that sense of relief when you saw one. Your brain noticed something before you did. Today, we explore why golden retrievers are essentially biological weapons of peace. Why do they calm us down almost instantly? It isn't an accident, it's their design. The first reason lies in their physical design. Look closely at the face of a golden retriever. What do you see? Or rather, what do you not see? You don't see sharp angles. You don't see tension. Everything about them is rounded and soft. They have large, floppy ears that frame their face like a gentle hood. They have a broad, rounded skull, and most importantly, those signature almond-shaped brown eyes. Biologically speaking, human beings are wired to scan for threats. We instinctively interpret sharp angles, fixed stares, and rigid postures as danger. But when we see the soft, flowing curves of a golden retriever, our amygdala, the brain's fear center, quietly steps back. They also possess a high degree of what scientists call neoteny, the retention of juvenile traits. Even as full-grown adults, they maintain the facial proportions and softness of a puppy. This triggers our caregiving instincts rather than our defensive ones. Before they even wag their tail or lick your hand, their very silhouette is already sending a message to your primal brain. I am not a threat. I am safe. Reason number 2 is a phenomenon known as the golden smile. Strictly speaking, dogs don't smile the way humans do. They open their mouths to pant and regulate their body temperature. However, the anatomy of a golden retriever is unique. The pigmentation of their lips naturally curves upward at the corners, so when they relax their jaw and begin to pant, they appear to be beaming with pure, unfiltered joy. In the human world, if someone walked around smiling at you constantly for no apparent reason, you might feel uneasy. You might suspect they were hiding something, or perhaps a little unhinged. It would feel suspicious. But with a golden, it's different. They aren't trying to sell you anything. They aren't trying to manipulate you. Their smile is interpreted by our brains as a signal of complete non-judgment. Even when they've just woken up, even when they're simply staring at a wall, they look content. And witnessing that constant, unwavering happiness gently convinces us that the world isn't such a bad place after all. They look like they're smiling even when they aren't. And that small optical illusion becomes a powerful tranquilizer for the human soul. Their gentleness isn't just a personality quirk. It's a historical necessity, bred into their DNA. Golden retrievers were developed as gun dogs, specifically to retrieve waterfowl during hunts. Their task was simple but demanding. Locate a fallen bird and carry it back to the hunter without damaging a single feather. This trait is known as a soft mouth. Legend has it that a golden can carry a raw egg in its mouth without cracking it. Unlike guard dogs bred to defend territory, or terriers bred to hunt independently, Goldens were bred for cooperation. They were designed to work alongside humans, waiting patiently for direction and controlling their bite force with remarkable precision. Aggression was a disqualifying trait. Independence was never the goal. Partnership was. While other breeds may be scanning the perimeter for threats, a golden is scanning you for connection. They were bred to read humans, not to guard against them. And that creates an atmosphere of partnership, rather than protection, which, paradoxically, feels even safer. Here's the twist. Their greatest weapon for making us feel safe isn't strength. It's their contagious vulnerability. Golden retrievers are masters of being goofy. They sleep upside down with their legs in the air, exposing their most vulnerable belly. They trip over their own paws. They get startled by their own farts. This behavior has a profound psychological effect on us. In our daily lives, we humans are constantly wearing armor, protecting ourselves from judgment and stress. But when you see a 70-pound animal acting like a complete clown, totally unguarded and unapologetically silly, it becomes impossible to stay tense. Their vulnerability sends a powerful signal. This environment is safe enough for me to let my guard down. And if it's safe enough for them, your brain quietly decides it's safe enough for you too. They disarm your anxiety by refusing to take life seriously. That goofiness isn't foolish at all. It's a high-level security system that hacks your nervous system into a state of relaxation. They don't speak English, but they read human fluently. In many ways, better than we do. They are experts in nonverbal communication. They notice the smallest changes in your tone of voice. They hear when your breathing becomes shallow with anxiety. And yes, they can even smell cortisol, the stress hormone, seeping from your pores. Have you ever had a moment when you felt overwhelmed, said nothing at all, and suddenly felt a wet nose nudge your hand? They knew. They didn't need you to explain. Unlike humans who might ask what's wrong or rush in with advice, a golden simply moves closer. They sense the shift in your energy and respond with a sense of presence. They offer a silent understanding that says, I don't know why you're hurting, but I know that you are, and I'm not going anywhere. That ability to read you before you speak erases the loneliness of suffering. Here is the decisive difference between a dog and a human friend. Humans judge. Even with the best intentions, they try to fix things. They ask questions. They offer solutions. They say, it will be okay. But sometimes that is exhausting. A golden retriever doesn't judge. They adjust. If you are high energy, they are ready to run a marathon with you. If you are sick in bed, they will turn into a rug and lie by your side for 12 hours without complaint. They mirror your needs. They don't demand that you be happy when you are sad. They don't demand that you be active when you are tired. They accept the version of you that exists in this exact moment. They don't try to fix you. They simply accompany you. This complete lack of judgment creates a psychological safe space, a place where you don't have to pretend to be strong. You can just be. Their sense of safety is also communicated physically. Have you ever experienced the famous golden lean? That moment when they press their entire body weight against your legs? It's heavy, it's warm, and it's grounding. To them, this is a hug. It is a way of saying, I trust you, and I am here to support you. Unlike more high-strung breeds, Goldens tend to move with a relaxed, loose rhythm. They don't snap or startle easily. And when they flop down in front of you, exposing their belly to the ceiling, they are sending a powerful signal to everyone in the room. There is no danger here. Their body language is a constant broadcast of peace. By seeing them relaxed, your own nervous system gets the green light to relax too. This ability to create a sense of safety isn't just anecdotal. It's professionally recognized. There's a reason golden retrievers are a top choice for therapy and service work around the world. You'll find them in children's hospitals, nursing homes, and even disaster zones, comforting victims of trauma. They're chosen not just because they're intelligent, but because they're emotional anchors. They don't perform surgery. They don't offer counseling. They simply offer a warm, steady presence. For a patient living with PTSD or a child overwhelmed by fear, a golden retriever becomes a bridge back to the world. They're able to walk into rooms filled with pain without being consumed by it, and instead offer a calm, steady heartbeat to lean on. They don't need to be superheroes, they just need to exist. For many people, that is enough to start the healing process. Think about Cooper, or the Golden, in your own life. He hasn't gone to medical school, he doesn't know your bank account balance or your relationship struggles. But when you walk through the door carrying the weight of the world, he's there. He doesn't ask for an explanation, he simply wags his tail, finds his spot at your feet, lets out a heavy sigh, and falls asleep. It's a quiet promise. He isn't trying to force you to feel better. He's simply making you feel safe enough to feel better on your own. He creates a sanctuary where you can breathe. And when you see him sleeping peacefully, you know that, at least for tonight, the world is okay. The peace you feel around a golden retriever was never an accident. It is the result of thousands of years of evolution, carefully selecting the kindest, most empathetic traits to stand by our side. They evolved not just to work for us, but to be with us, to heal us. If you're lucky enough to have one of these golden souls in your life, take a moment today. Hold them a little longer. Feel their weight, their warmth, and their calm. And listen to the silent message they're sending you. You are safe. Have you ever felt an unexplained sense of peace around your dog? Share your story in the comments below. If this video brought you even a little comfort, like the video and subscribe for more animal stories like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.